guys, welcome to Muse's Tarot. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you already are a subscriber or you already know me. Welcome to my reading. Today's reading we are going to see what kind of messages an archangel has for you. I invited the 4 archangels of the cardinal directions, which would be Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. We will see what kind of messages they have. First, we are going to look into your situation so you can see if you resonate, or we are going to see who you are so you see if you resonate with it. Then we are going to see what kind of message this archangel has for you. Each archangel has its own pile. It is sorted with the directions, with the cardinal directions and the cardinal direction that represents them. So this is East, which would be again Archangel Raphael. This is South, which would be Archangel Michael. This is West, which would be Archangel Gabriel, and this is North, which would be Archangel Uriel. I decided to start with East instead of North because I am a witch, and in witchcraft everything begins with East because this is the direction where the sun is rising. In each pile I will tell you more about the archangels so you know who archangel chose you for this message. But yeah, if you feel drawn to several piles, it's absolutely okay. Maybe there are more messages for you in I don't know, 2 piles, 3 piles, even all of them. Just see what feels good for you, what you resonate with. Remember, don't see it as a personal reading. This is a collective reading, so there might be information that are just not for you. Just leave them for another person and take whatever resonates. And that's, I think, everything to the intro. Yeah, we have 4 piles again. We have the first pile with this crystal. I literally don't know what crystal this is right now. I looked it up, but I forgot. That's the first pile. Again, Archangel Raphael and East, which would also be the element of air. Then we have pile 2 with this clear quartz, which would be Archangel Michael and the element of south because south with the element of fire. Then we have the third pile with the labradorite, which is West, Archangel Gabriel and the element of water. And then we have the 4th pile, which is this amethyst with Archangel Uriel, North, and element of earth. Okay, how you decide your pile is very easy. You either meditate, or you go into a meditative state, or you just clear your mind, breathe deeply, whatever helps you to clear your mind. And you ask your spirit guides for protection so you get the right message, and then you'll see what kind of pile you're resonating with. And if you don't resonate with any pile or crystal, nothing calls you, look into the timestamps because sometimes the timestamps tell us which pile is ours. I often use the timestamps because then there is maybe a timestamp that is 11:11 or something like this, and that is a sign for me, or maybe it's just sticking out to me. I feel drawn to it. So yeah, again, if you feel drawn to several piles or even all of them, that's absolutely fine. Look in all of them. There might be a message for all, like in all of them for you. But it's also everything about the intro, so please pick your pile and we will see each other at your pile. Bye. Welcome pile 1, welcome if you chose the first pile, which would be Archangel Raphael with East, the element of air. First we're going to see what kind of situation you are and just see who you are so you can see if you resonate with the pile. Then we look into the messages of Archangel Raphael and also look at the card, what kind of message there is for you. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is responsible for the cardinal direction east. So if you ever need protection from the element or east element, you can also call on Archangel Raphael so he can protect the east for you. He is therefore connected with the element of air. He is an angel, an archangel of healing. I always see him as an angel with white feathers with a green aura. Green is a color of his because he is again the angel of healing, and healing is most of the time a green color. Sometimes I also see him with purple. His name literally means God heals. He is the patron of travelers, the blind, matchmakers, Christian marriage, happy meetings, nurses, physicians, medical workers, and also Catholic studies. So if you also ever need healing from him, or you want to heal a chakra, you want to heal something in your body, you are going to, or you can call on Archangel Raphael because he is going to help you. If you want to give him offerings, he likes everything that has to do with the element of air and the cardinal direction east, like also these sigils for east, and for air, which would be a triangle with a straight line within it. It's like, it looks kind of like an A. I'm going to put the sign up here somewhere. That's his sign, or that is the sign he feels connected with. He also likes feathers. He likes wine, bread, and water. He also likes sweets, to be honest. I sometimes give him sweets and other things that has to do with healing, things that are green or purple. He would like a white candle or green candle or a purple candle and anything like this. But if you don't want to work with him, you don't have to. This is just literally a reading where he gives you some messages. So okay, first we are going to see what kind of message what kind of situation you are. So let's look into that. I'm going to keep the crystal here. Okay, I ask for protection from spirit, so we only get clear and guided messages. Okay, I already call on Archangel Raphael. Oh, okay, he's already here. He just left because he was like, I'm already here. By the way, I am working with him. He is a guide of mine, even though I'm not Christian, but I do work with Christian deities and spirits rather. I do work with God and also the angels, but I also work with other gods. So yeah. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 1? Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. There are already many things coming up. First, you might be someone who wants to travel. You are looking on countries or just cities that you want to travel. You might also just have made a vision board. You might be also looking into working with spirit guides. Maybe you do want to work with Archangel Raphael. Someone else that comes up is Ampu or Anubis, and also Odin. Who else? A sun god, I see. It might be any sun god, but sun gods that come to mind for me are just Ra, Apollon, Helios, also Baldur. Those are just some deities that come to mind. Also Horus. I don't know if I already said Horus. He's more of a sky deity, but the sun is part of the sky, so he is kind of like a sun deity. It might be deities you want to work with. You might also just have been dreaming or astral traveling, or you want to look into astral traveling. Also, something else that's coming up is it might be that you like to learn or you want to learn. Maybe you are on this hermit mode right now. Hermit mode is when you decide to be with yourself and just heal. And healing might be also more to the hermit mode. It was very short. Oftentimes when you are in the hermit mode, you avoid people, or being in a state where you don't meet people even though you're friends with them or family, like they're your family. It might be that you decide to stay on your own for a while just to heal your wounds and to be on your own and to make the most out of it, out of the situation, and just healing. It might be that you're craving chocolate right now, because for some kind of reason I'm now craving chocolate. um Also, you might be connected with the water a lot, maybe surfing, going on boats, and anything that you can do in water, because this lake or this ocean is very standing out to me, and also these boats that are there. You might just bought yourself new clothes, or you're very aesthetically pleasing, because you remind me of myself. I really like clothes and just being pretty, and just being pretty and taking care of myself. And you might also have very long brown hair, something that you that comes up. Something else, you might like crystals, or you're just wearing a crystal shop. There's coming up a lot just with this one card. You might even have a Buddha statue, because I just got gifted this Buddha statue. I don't buy them because I never know if it is cultural appropriation or anything, but my grandma gifted me these because she knows I'm kind of spiritual. Like, I am spiritual, I'm a witch, I'm learning shamanism and druidism, and I'm learning about magic a lot. And like, I'm learning a few hours a day about magic and just divination tools and anything like this. But my family only knows that I'm kind of spiritual because they don't believe in all of these things. They also don't know that I'm working with deities, angels, demons, so many spirits, also the Fae. The Fae may be something that you have a lot of respect for. That's something that I just heard. And Archangel Raphael, you literally maybe just called on Archangel Raphael, or he has been around you for healing, or he is a guide that you are interested in. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 1 spirit? Should I ask Archangel Raphael? Okay, what kind of situation is this person in Archangel Raphael? We have the Lovers. Even though lovers come up, it might be that you're single, and something else that is coming up is that you want to manifest love into your life. That you might want to manifest love into your life. Also, that you have a lot of dreams when you're dreaming of a lot of partners, because they remind me of my dream from last night. It was something about a partner. I don't even know anymore, but I know this was something with a partner, someone helping me, and also a pet. And again, this person has wings, and I think it is even an angel. So it might be that you have a lot of angels around you. You might even be an earth angel. Those are just people who are very high vibrational and want to help humanity. Sometimes we don't feel like we want to help humanity, but it's our task. It's literally our task that we have chosen before we reincarnated. So you might be an earth angel, just someone who wants to help humanity and earth. It doesn't always have to be humanity. It can also be earth and animals. So might even be that you're vegan or vegetarian. Anything else? Do you like the movie The Egyptian Prince? I think it's called Prince of Egypt. Thank you. Prince of Egypt. Sorry, I just said thank you because Archangel Raphael told me the title of the movie. Because like this, in this card, this tree is burning, and it's reminding me of the bush that was burning in the movie, like for Moses. So it might be that you're interested in it, or it might even be that you're Christian and you do read the Bible. What kind of situation is pile 1 in Archangel Raphael? Again, we have 3 of Cups. And it's telling me that you have a lot of spirit guides around you. Maybe you don't even know it and don't even work with them, but there are so many spirits around you. And also, there are so many people you're supposed to meet that are going to help you in your life, or that are going to be a lesson for you. and there's just a lot of energy around you, but you feel like a social butterfly, I think it's called, just when you're very extroverted and like to talk to people. Maybe you're even a motivational speaker, or your voice is very important. There's something that is coming up for me. I see the throat chakra um so light and radiating with you. It might even be blocked, but it's something very important for you on your journey. So you might become a YouTuber, um, motivational speaker, um, I don't know, a tarot card reader, anything like this. Using your voice is very important for you. Maybe you do manifestations with your voice. Maybe you pray to God, because I think the Christians pray out. No. They pray in their mind, but some Christians do pray out loud. Okay. What kind of situation is power in Archangel Raphael? Two of Pentacles. You might have short temper, something that is coming up, or it might be that you're easily annoyed. You don't have to show it, but it's something that's coming up, that you might be easily annoyed. It might even be that you have curly hair, something that's coming up. And again, something with clothes is coming up. Maybe you're doing your own clothes, crocheting your own clothes, anything like this. Maybe you do your own stuff, DIYing things and working with clay, doing offerings that you made yourself, not buying so much. And if you buy things, you might go to the secondhand shop. You are very you don't have to be an activist, to be honest, but it feels like you want to help Earth, which is another confirmation that you might be an Earth angel. And that's also a reason why there are so many spirit guides around you, because as Earth angels, we are very sensitive sometimes, or oftentimes we are very sensitive, and we need a lot of protection, because most Earth angels are also empaths, and we suck in all of the energy of the world. And it might even be that you are like me, that when bad things happen to the universe, to the earth, to animals, you feel very down, you feel very sad, and you might even have, just like me, little breakdowns when this happens. So you shouldn't watch the news, something that's coming up. Or if you watch the news, you should be very, you should have very much boundaries with yourself, so you don't overwhelm yourself. And it might even be that sometimes when you're outside, you're questioning why you have mood swings, why you feel so bad, why you feel so low all of a sudden. And it's because you are sucking up all of these energies from other people. And something that already is a message from Archangel Raphael is you need to put up more boundaries with yourself, so you don't suck up the energy. And first, you can either ask Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael for help with this, because they are very protective angels. Like, the healing aspect of Archangel Raphael is very healing and very protective, because he helps you to get into a higher vibration, to let go of wounds, so you're in a higher vibration. And Archangel Michael is literally a angel of protection, so he can help you. And another method is putting up energy warding, like, for example, putting an energy bubble around your body to protect yourself, but you don't have to. But, situation of pile 1, please, Archangel Raphael. Situation of pile 1. Again, Page of Pentacles. Something that is coming up as you maybe like studying, and you enjoy studying. Maybe you go to school, to college, learn a new job. Something feels very new and very much like healing. So healing and learning is something that's coming up a lot with you guys. Yeah. It might even be that you have glasses, because these glasses in this card are really sticking out to me very much. So it might be that you have glasses. It might even be, again, that you like crystals, because I was reminded of my hematite ring that I'm wearing right now for protection. So that's also something you can how you can protect yourself from energies, is wearing crystals. For example, black crystals, white crystals, purple crystals are very protective. Also, green crystals can keep you in a high vibration. Also yellow crystals like citrine or calcite, how's it called, orange calcite, I think, is very, very healing and keeps you in a high vibration. Also labradorite, if you feel called to. And I'm just reminded that this crystal that I'm having right here, I'm going to put the name up here because I don't know how it's called. It is also a crystal that helps you to get into a high vibration. It helps you to heal and battle your low vibrational thoughts, and just it causes in a kind of way a spiritual awakening, because I felt this when I bought this crystal, like everything changed in my mind, and this is a great crystal for that. And it's not too expensive. I think I bought this for $5, so that's kind of cheap, to be honest. But maybe I just had luck. Okay, Archangel Raphael, what kind of situation is pile 1 in? What kind of situation is pile 1 in? 3 of Swords. Something about yourself is that when someone hurts you, it hurts really, really bad. So to be honest, it might even be that you have borderline personality disorder, but it's just a mental illness that might be one of yours. Like if you haven't diagnosed it, don't put this illness or mental disorder onto you. It's just a confirmation for someone who has it, because I have borderline personality disorder, and I know about myself and other borderliners that we are very emotional and sensitive, and every emotion that we feel is so strong, and if someone hurts us, it's so bad, like so much more than for normal people, in quotations, because it just hurts so much. We feel everything in such a high not vibration, but in such a high form. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's so much, just we feel everything so much. And it might be when someone hurts you and betrays you, it's always such a big thing for you, where you really need time to heal, and it really makes you suffer. It's just too much for you. And I also feel that while talking today, I feel more not sensitive but soft. I speak more soft than in other readings, so maybe that's because I'm maybe it's because my soul wants you to feel comfortable, because I speak so soft today, and like in comparison to other readings, I really feel like more soft and patient. So that's something that you might need to feel comfortable. Yeah, but you are sensitive. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 1 in? And what kind of situation is pile 1 in? Page of Swords. There is someone who is not good for you, and you already know it probably, or you don't want to see it as something else that's coming up. Like there is someone who is really not good for you, and they are literally just causing drama, and maybe they are always talking about people, and always we have Temperance, talking bad about people with you. Like you don't join their behavior, but you have to listen to it, and it really pulls you down. And it's again reminding me of the Muse situation, where you're just like, I cannot take so much of it, but this person always complains about other people or has something bad to say, is pessimistic, anything like this, and you are just there for them because they are your friend, but you suffer from it. You really suffer from it, and you're not able, like you have problems setting boundaries, which is nothing bad. It's something that we all have to learn. I still struggle with setting boundaries, but it became better with me, but I still have to work on it, because again, I'm also sensitive. I have borderline personality disorder, also other mental illnesses, but it's not important right now. Then I'm an empath. Like I'm this, how would I call it, this special kind of empath. My spirit guides told me, and I didn't even know about this. Like I always was like, yeah, I'm an empath, but I'm like this certain kind of empath, something with H. Hoya, I don't know. I'm going to put the name up here. But yeah, it's very overwhelming for you, and you feel just like me, to be honest. I also need people who speak softly, because otherwise it's just too much for me and too loud. The world. You are a very important person for the world. Like, you're supposed to help other people. You're supposed to help nature, the earth, animals, yourself, your family. You have a great purpose, I'd say. And that's why there are also so many spirit guides around you. But again, they are saying you are an earth angel. That's something that's coming up here. You are an earth angel. Okay, one last card, please. Archangel, Raphael. And what kind of situation is pile 1? Okay, 6 of Wands. Something that you still need to work on is being proud of yourself when you succeed in something or achieve something, because your spirit guides are very, very proud of you. They really love you. They really enjoy your energy. Also, Archangel Raphael seems to really like your energy, and he sees you as himself, like an angel of healing. Like, you are an earth angel, also supposed to heal other people, so he has very much respect for you. Okay, let's see what the message is for pile 1 is. Okay, first, this card. We have essence and personality, the sun. Okay, something that I immediately get with this is it's time for you to learn to set boundaries, because there's so much energy just around you and hurting your aura and your energy and your life. And he really wants you to learn to set boundaries, learn to say no. And he knows it's a very long journey to learn something like this, but he knows that you are able to do it, and it's going to make you a better person, because then you have enough energy to actually help people when you want to help them. And something else that's coming up is you don't always have to listen to someone. You don't always have to help someone. You can also help yourself first, because you are the most important person of yourself. You come first, then the others. I know you want to help, I know you want to give money, I know you want to listen because you want to be a good person, a good friend, but you are also a good person and friend when you set boundaries and put yourself first, because you have to feel healthy and energized to be able to help other people. Otherwise you will drown both. Like, you will drown both. Okay, let's see. Archangel Raphael, what kind of messages do you have for pile 1? Okay, we have Knight of Swords. The first thing that he wants you to learn is to say no, and that you not always have to make an excuse when you're saying no. Sometimes, no, not sometimes, always. No is a full sentence. You can say no. You don't always have to explain yourself. You don't always have to be the one explaining why you can't do something or cannot be there in the moment. And something that just came up is people who don't understand your boundaries and who don't respect your boundaries literally used or took advantage of the situation that you don't have boundaries. So they will be pissed, they will be angry, and it's not your fault. You're allowed to set boundaries. You don't have to be there for everyone. Even like some people might even don't like you, and they're using you, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to help, and they still need my help, and it's not going to change their view on you. They still might be not liking you. So you don't always have to be there for everyone. And even if it is your best friend, a family member, sometimes no is better than to say yes, because you need to look after yourself. And no doesn't always have to be no forever. Sometimes it's just later. If you don't have energy, just say, no, I cannot listen to you today. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. Or no, I cannot help you with this because I have to do my own stuff. Like I remember I said that you were a scholar or like a pupil, and you have your own responsibilities. They come first, and your self-care comes first. We have Ace of Pentacles. First thing, there is a blessing on the way, but another message that comes up with this card is it's time for you to do some self-care, to look more into, if you do magic, there is a book that is called Self-Care of a Witch or something like this. Going to put the title up here. And it's really good when it comes to spells, to glamour magic, and to just doing self-care with your self-care routine, like doing a spiritual self-care with your self-care routine. But self-care sometimes also means sleeping a little bit longer, or taking a day off, or watching this YouTube video that you wanted to watch all day long. That's also self-care. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Please focus. Excuse me. Why aren't you focusing? Why isn't he focusing? Okay, I'm sorry, for some kind of reason it doesn't. Oh, yeah. If you thought about buying this one pet, Archangel Raphael is saying, do it. Do it. You deserve it. That's also some self-care, knowing what you deserve and seeing your self-worth. Doing shadow work. Shadow work is just okay, Archangel Raphael says you know what shadow work is, but just a little explanation. It's like doing therapy at home. For example, writing yourself a letter, writing someone else a letter, but not sending it, but telling them whatever you always wanted to tell them, but never were able to. Finding out about your own psyche, and dancing, cooking. It can also be shadow work, like tackling your insecurities and doing that by yourself is shadow work. But here it says, if you want to have this pet, buy it. Messages from Archangel Raphael, please. We have Justice. He says, if you don't start setting boundaries and changing your lifestyle in this matter, like taking more care of yourself, spirit and also angels, like spirit might be deities, angels, your spirit guides, ancestors, certain dead people, the fae. There's so many kinds of spirits, animal guides and anything like this. They will intervene because they watched you for way too long, how much you suffer by giving so much of yourself, and they are going to intervene if you don't do it yourself. And I don't know how it is for you. For me personally, I don't like when my spirit guides intervene. I want to succeed on myself. I want to succeed on myself because if I don't do it myself, it's going to repeat itself so often until I learned the lesson and do it myself. So when they tell me this, I try my best to tackle the problem on my own. Okay, messages from Archangel Raphael. Three of Swords. He says the heartache, the hurting will stop at some point. Like there's something that really hurt you and you feel like you will never recover from this, but he is saying you will. Don't give up. Do some heart chakra meditations. Listen to the heart chakra frequencies. Also call on him, call on your spirit guides for aid and for protection and healing. He really wants you to heal. You can even ask him to work with you or to help you. You don't have to work with him so he helps you. He also helps people who are actually in need and call on him. I would advise you to give him a little offering afterwards, just gummy bears or something, just something that you see suitable for him. You can look up offerings for him. But sometimes if you don't have a lot of things, sometimes a glass of water is enough. It's also a thank you. Or put in some salt, and then it is salt water. That's also great as an offering. Please don't drink it, but put it as an offering and say thank you when he helped you. That's what I like to do. Okay, or just pray to him. That's also something very healing if you feel comfortable praying. Okay, messages from Archangel Raphael, please. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. He's saying try to save some money, and don't spend so much money on other people, because you are not their piggy bank. You don't have to give so many people money, even if it is for homeless people or other people. Don't give so much of your money, because it's time for you to save it, because there will be something that you want to buy yourself, and then you need the money. Rather put it back, just save it, put it in a piggy bank, and don't touch it. Then, like, you can still give a little bit, but don't give as much as you're giving right now. Maybe even borrowed someone money, and don't do it again, because you might not get your money back. I have to be honest, because Archangel Raphael is reminding me of a situation that I had, where I gave someone a lot of money because they needed it, and I still haven't gotten it back, and I kind of need it right now, and I'm always annoying this person, like, yeah, where's my money? Can I get my money, please? You don't have to pay all of it, and just pay a little bit and give me the rest later. But this person is just not giving me back the money, and he's showing me the situation. So it might be a similar situation with you, or there might come a similar situation. So be careful who you give your money to. We have death. Don't worry, nothing bad. He says, if you felt drawn to the fourth pile with Archangel Uriel, look into it, because Archangel Uriel has a message for you, because Archangel Uriel is kind of an angel of death, or he is connected with death, and he says he has a message for you too. So please look into the pile too. Like the pile 4 too. Messages from Archangel Raphael. The Magician. Try to make your home a sacred space. Your home needs a little bit of purification, of decluttering, and it's time for you to make a sacred space out of it, so you feel safe and you feel more high vibrational and you feel more comfortable. And also self-care is also cleaning your room, so you feel comfortable again in it. Okay, messages from Archangel Raphael. Messages from Archangel Raphael. The Wheel of Fortune. Things will get better. And if you buy yourself this pet, you're going to be very happy. Again, there is, like, I see a hamster. Beforehand, I saw a rat. Might be such kind of animal, might even be a dog or something like this. Maybe that's why you have to save money, so you can buy yourself this animal. And if it isn't an animal, it might be like, if it isn't a pet, it might be like an object or jewelry that you really liked, or a crystal, and you will enjoy whatever you want to buy yourself. One last message from Archangel Raphael, please. Ten of Cups. The last message is that he wants to say to you that he really likes you, he enjoys your energy, he enjoys, like, listening to your thoughts. He sees that you are a good person. So if you ever ask yourself if you're a bad person, I can tell you Archangel Raphael really, really, really likes you, and he likes your energy, and he would love to work with you if you call on him. And that's also everything that I have. I thank Archangel Raphael so much for these great messages. It was very fun reading for you, and I thank you so much for and like joining my reading. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed the messages from Archangel Raphael, and I could help you, he could help you, or they could help you, since angels don't really have a gender. So I wish you the best of luck with learning to set boundaries, and I will hopefully see you, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome, guys. Welcome if you chose pile 2 or this clear quartz, which would be South, the element of fire, and Archangel Michael. Today we are going to see what kind of messages Archangel Michael has for you. First, I'm going to give you a little introduction into who is Archangel Michael, what kind of spirit is he. Then we see in what kind of situation you are, or what kind of person you are, so you can see if you resonate with the pile. And then we'll get the messages from Archangel Michael to you. So, okay, spirit and Archangel Michael, I'm asking you for protection, so only high vibrational and clear guided messages come through, and only the truth. This crystal, I'm going to put it up here and going to put the card aside, and we are going to look into the card later. So yeah, first, who is Archangel Michael? Archangel Michael is one of the 4 archangels that are protecting the cardinal directions. He is responsible for the direction south, which would be element of fire, so he is connected with the element of fire. I always also see him with a red aura, like he always has this fiery aura. I don't know if fire is actually his element, because most deities and angels and spirits are connected with an element. I would say he has the fire element because he is also a guide of protection and just action. He is very fiery, and he reminds me kind of like he reminds me of a Sagittarius, to be honest. He is very action driven, very bold and brave, and he also has a sword. The sword is only used for rightful things, but it makes him look like a warrior, and he also is a warrior. His name means literally one who is like God. I personally always think that Archangel Michael is like one of the highest angels of the ranking, yeah, because he is an archangel, of course, which would be kind of like a chief angel for other angels, but I always have the feeling that he is very close to God. He is a warrior, fighter, protector, and he is kind of, to be honest, like the police in the spiritual realm. So if you ever need protection or help when it comes to spiritual beings, or just low vibrational entities or unwanted entities, you can always call him and he is going to help you, because he is kind of like the police. Like, he is taking care of everything, he's protecting you in the spiritual realm. He is also the patron of military and police, so again, he is a warrior, he has the sword, he is a protector. He also protects the church. He is an angel of justice also. Something else, you don't have to be Christian to work with Archangel Michael. I am not Christian, and he is one of my archangels I'm working with, and he is also kind of like a patron of mine. Like, he is a main guide for me. He's very nice, but can be very strict, but in a loving way, you know. He's not like, yeah, you're not allowed to do this and that, but he knows what he wants, he says what he wants, he tells you what you have to do, and he's very action driven and very strong. I don't know how to describe it, but he is just very strong, and yeah. Okay, that's all about Archangel Michael, at least for right now. Like, there are more information on him, of course, but those are the things that I know. I asked him if these informations are enough, and he said it's absolutely enough. Don't worry. To be honest, most people already know who Archangel Michael is, so maybe you learned a little bit from my introduction, maybe not, that's also fine. Okay, Archangel Michael, I need your help now. Okay, what kind of situation or what kind of person is pile 2? I just wanted to say pile 1, so if you feel drawn to pile 1, maybe look into it. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's bold. He's like saying what he wants to say. And just telling the truth, he says, okay, we have the King of Cups in reverse. And the first thing that comes up to me is you have struggles with your emotions. Like you might be a very emotional person, which is fine, but there is a difference in allowing your emotions to come up and allowing your emotions to rule over you. It feels like you might have some manipulative tendencies, which is nothing bad, don't worry. In my opinion, everybody in this life has manipulated someone to get something. For example, if you want to have a job, you are lying a little bit so they will pick you as their worker, right? Like I have done this, like twisting my words and being like, yeah, I'm such a great person and I'm doing this and that, and sometimes I haven't done this ever in my life, so they pick me. But it feels like you know how to use your emotions to get what you want. You seem very smart when it comes to emotions. You use your emotions to get whatever you want, but sometimes those emotions also overflow you. Like it's too much for you and you cannot control them. Like you should never control your emotions, but there has to be a balance, being able to set boundaries with yourself and your emotions, and not like there's the one thing, like on the one hand, like there is a difference in allowing your emotions to, like allowing yourself to feel emotions, and to allow your emotions to overflow you, to drown you, and you don't have to act on your emotions, right? You can feel your emotions. For example, you are angry. Something happened and you are angry. You can be angry, but that doesn't mean that you let it out on other people. That's what I wanted to say. That was just very hard to articulate. I don't know what the problem was, but maybe you even have a blocked throat chakra and have problems speaking, because oftentimes when I have problems saying something, it's because I feel the energy of my viewers, and I cannot articulate anymore if someone has a blocked throat chakra. Like I have a blocked throat chakra. I have to be honest, like I have to work on it often, because in my family there were many events that caused me to close my throat chakra and just to be scared to speak my truth. So maybe you don't even want to see the truth of you being drowned by your emotions and things just being too much. Maybe you don't understand why people cannot handle you, why you seem like you are too much. And one reason might be that there's too much emotion and not enough logic and calmness. Okay, like I just said, we have the High Priestess in reverse. Might be that you want to become a priest or a priestess, a spiritual person, a spiritual guide. Might even be that your soul is like your soul splits in a kind of way in the spirit world. Like some of your soul is in your body, other parts of your soul are in the spirit realm, and oftentimes or sometimes, I don't even know if this is normal. For me it is, like my soul does this. My soul is also a spirit guide for other people, and my soul is also a spirit guide for my soul family and for my twin flame, even though I don't believe in twin flames, I have to be honest. But it might be that it's the same for you, that your soul in the spirit realm is a spirit guide for other people. Might even be, Archangel Michael just said, might even be that they are the guide of people that you don't even like. For example, some celebrities or just some people that you met and you didn't like them, but you knew there is some kind of connection. And you don't even like these people, but your soul is like, no, we have to help them. There was a contract with the soul, and that's why I won't tell you who your soul is a guide to, because you might be quite pissed when you hear this. um But something else that came up just very quickly is some of you, like it might be only one person, isn't even spiritual and don't even watch his pick a card readings normally, or doesn't believe in this, or doesn't believe in angels, but you're still watching. That's also something that came up. Okay, and what kind of situation is pile 2? And I again wanted to say pile 1. We have the Hierophant. Archangel Michael is definitely a guide of yours, even though you don't know it. Maybe you didn't know yet, or I don't know, but it feels like he is a patron of yours, or just the main guide of yours. I don't know if you, when it comes to angels and archangels, if you still say patron, because I know there are patron deities, but I don't know if they are patron angels. Okay, just Archangel Michael just said there are patrons also for angels. So he might be a patron of yours. He feels very connected to you, and that's also why he is kind of harsh in this reading. He says, like, he can be soft, I know that, but right now he's very harsh and honest, and not harsh to hurt you, but he is like saying the facts so you know it. And maybe you already talk with Archangel Michael and you know him like this, but it feels like he's very strict right now. Okay, we have 10 of Swords in reverse. You like to do shadow work, or you do shadow work very often. And if it is not shadow work, maybe you go to therapy, maybe you have like someone that you go to, that you speak very often, and do your shadow work on your own. If you don't know what shadow work is, but Archangel Michael says you know what shadow work is, but still, if you don't know what shadow work is, it is literally the act of healing your soul and your body and your trauma, and learning more about yourself. Like you have like prompts that you use to do your shadow work. For example, what did I survive? And then you write about it in a journal or on your phone. And then you learn about yourself and learn to accept parts of yourself and learn to forgive certain people and certain events. These are all types of shadow work, but shadow work can also be dancing, singing, cooking, just tackling your insecurities, to be honest. And also, something that's coming up with the star is you are an Arcturian starseed, and something also Sirian starseed and Lyran starseed are things that are coming up. Just take what resonates. In my opinion, everybody is a starseed. Everybody had a life on another planet, but like I don't want discrimination in saying, yeah, just because you're a starseed, you are better than someone else. No. We are all on the same level in a kind of way. We are all important, and for me there is no difference in someone who is a starseed and who isn't a starseed, but that they have other experiences than this person. It's like saying that an old soul is better than a new soul. No, you need both. Like an old soul has, for example, other ideas than a new soul, and a new soul can bring more to the table in other contexts. Just because they don't have so much experience doesn't mean that they're not good or anything like this. Like, for example, I know this is my last life on earth, and I don't feel like something special or something like this. I'm just like, okay, I'm curious what's coming next. So might be that you're a star seed, because this is really coming up. And again, I just heard Arcturian star seed, also Sirian and Lyran star seed. Those are star seeds that are coming up. You can, by the way, also be several types of star seed, because your soul might have had lives on several planets, or you have parents that are different types of star seeds. However you want to see it, sorry. But yeah, you seem like a star seed. What kind of situation is pile 2 in Archangel Michael? What kind of situations? Also, two things coming up. Either you are very healthy when it comes to your eating habits, or this needs some change. It needs some change, and you need to be more healthy. Drinking more water. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. You weren't always spiritual. Maybe you are still not spiritual, but if you are, you like there are three types of people: those who are spiritual since the beginning, those who become spiritual, and those who never want to be spiritual. And you feel more like someone who is either not spiritual or who has become spiritual. It doesn't feel like you come from a household that was very spiritual. Maybe you came from a household that was Christian and now you became pagan or something like this, or other like the other way around. Maybe you come from a pagan household and now you're Christian. Maybe you come from an atheistic is it called like this, atheistic, atheists um household, and you became spiritual or Christian, or another religion, paganism. I don't know what. There's so many religions, to be honest. um but it feels like you became spiritual. You weren't from the beginning. Maybe you just now became spiritual. Okay, what kind of situation are they? Okay, that's funny. We have the Ace of Swords. And as I said in the beginning, Archangel Michael has a sword with him. So, yeah, he wants to say to you that he is there for you very often, and also Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Uriel. Those are angels that are around you, and that there are also not archangels, but also normal angels in quotation. I don't know how to call them, but sorry, that was my cat. But there are also, maybe that was a sign for someone, because he never he never speaks during my reading. So Polly, no. But it feels like they are around you a lot, like you have a lot of angels around you. What kind of situation is pile 2 in Archangel Michael? We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Might be that you just lost someone, and if so, I'm so sorry. It's always hard to lose someone. Might be that you lost them to the pandemic, or to an illness. But also something else that's coming up is it might be that you just broke up with someone, or that like a friend left you. That might be also something that resonates with you, but it more feels like death, to be honest. Yeah, someone is gone. You miss someone. Might even be a pet, because I just saw a hamster and a dog. What kind of situation is pile 2? 10 of Cups in reverse. You don't really believe in families and that people love each other unconditionally, because Archangel Michael just reminds me of myself, that I literally kind of gave up on the idea of having a family, because all I'm seeing are selfish people who hurt me, who cheat on me, and so on. And something that I want to say to you is, if you are a person who believes in love and not cheating and being loyal, then there must be someone else who also believes in this, because I do believe in it, and there might be other people who believe in it. So you will find someone that is just like you, but you have to be patient. And I get you when you want to give up, or you already gave up. It's absolutely okay. But I just want to remind you, and that's also a reminder to me, if I ever watch this reading again, um, there will be someone for you. It would be unfair if you never get someone, but sometimes we have to work our way up to the person, because we still have to heal so many things. Otherwise, we would destroy the relationship. For example, because I was cheated on so many times, I always think that my partners are cheating on me. It's a big insecurity of mine, and but that's not true, because I would never cheat. So there must be someone who would also never cheat, right? Okay, what kind of... Oh, okay. We have the eight of Pentacles in reverse. He wants he wants you to find a new job because you might be unhappy with your job, and he wants you to try out another form of shadow work. Okay, that's the confirmation part in the reading. Now I'm curious what kind of message Archangel Michael has for you. First, we are going to look at the oracle card to see in what kind of direction this message is going, or maybe it's a message in itself. We have Sagittarius, the world explorer. Okay, many things are coming up with this. First, Archangel Michael wants you to start a vision board for you to have before your eyes what you want in your life and what you want to achieve. Also, something that's coming up is it's time for you to heal your heart, and you can call on Archangel Raphael because he is the angel of healing, the archangel of healing. But it's time for you to heal your heart, because if you have this idea, for example, that everybody's cheating, you are going to attract these people, and it's not going to change until you heal it. And he really wants you to heal this wound that you have in you and forgive whoever hurt you. And if many people hurt you, then maybe start small and start with one person, trying to forgive them, not in the manner of it's not because you have to forgive this person because this person did something that's forgivable, but rather forgive the situation and yourself and let go of the situation because it's only pulling you down. Anything else with the card? And if there are countries that you want to visit, start saving money for it, because he really wants you to save some money. Yeah, that's also something, so you can explore the world, as it says, the world explorer. And he wants you to learn more about religions and paganism, especially paganism. Look a little bit more into paganism and Wicca. I know right now there is like this idea that Wicca is very toxic and just racist, and I don't know what also was there, but the thing is, the idea of Wicca isn't racist or bad. It's always the people. It's like, just because there are many Christians who are bad doesn't mean that the archangels are bad. Like, they are guides, they are just normal guides who want you to be happy. And okay, I can give you an example. For example, I always thought that the Christian God and the angels don't like me because I am pansexual. I have struggles with my sexual identity and also my gender identity. I have to be honest, like, I do feel like a female, yeah, but there are times where I feel male and transgender, and it really scares me. And I still have to figure out what this is, if this is a mental illness I'm dealing with, or if it's just normal, if it's just the energy I'm feeling around me. There are many possibilities why I feel male sometimes. There's even the possibility that I have a certain illness where I have multiple personalities, like dissociative identity disorder, or you may know it as multiple identity disorder, but it could also come from a borderline. There are so many reasons why I could feel like this, and I always thought that God might hate me, but then I started working with him and I told him, yeah, you have to hate me because I'm like gay or pansexual, and he was like, no, I don't really hate you because of this. Like, it's why would I hate you because of this? And I was like, yeah, because Christians don't like the gay people. And he was like, yeah, the Christians, but not the Christian God. Yeah, that's not my word. And I don't hate gay people. I don't hate lesbian people. I love them as much as the straight people. So yeah, that also is for the archangels, because I had the same feeling about the archangels, but they told me, no, it's fine. Like, live your life. Okay. As long as you don't hurt anybody, Archangel Michael just said. Okay. Archangel Michael, what kind of messages do you have for pile 1? We have the Sun in reverse. if you have problems with depression and just low vibrational energies around you, being angry, being hurt, maybe you have borderline and have a lot of mood swings and anxiety, many things come up, like many things that has to do with the psyche. He wants you to go outside more and meditate in the sun, and also drink some sun water. Sun water is when you, or sun tea is also something that's best done in the summer. You put some water in a glass, maybe a crystal if you want to. Be sure that the crystal is allowed to go into water and sun, because they might break, they might be toxic when they get into water and all of these things. Please look it up. But you can also put crystals around the glass, and then you allow the sun to charge the water, and then you drink it. And that's very intentional drinking. Also, something that's coming up is, as you may know, I'm a witch, so I know some spells when it comes to this. You can use whatever you drink, like water, coffee, tea, I don't know, and stir clockwise to bring in things, and stir counterclockwise to banish things. And to bring in things might be happiness, health, anything like this. It's all about intention. Might also be that you need to take a bath, not because you stink or something, but to take care of yourself, to give you some self-care, to help you enjoy life a little bit more, and get rid of these low vibrations, because you can wash down the low vibrations. That's something that you can do. Anything else? Maybe buy yourself flowers, he says. Messages from Archangel Michael, please. I have Justice in reverse. There is something someone did to you in the past, maybe what I was talking about with doing the shadow work, needing to do some shadow work because there's someone who hurt you, and he acknowledges that this, whatever happened to you, is not fair to you. He knows it. He is like, no, this is not fair, don't worry, I'm on your side. That's not fair that it happened. But sometimes things need to happen to us so we learn and to grow and evolve. And he says it's still not fair, but everything happens for a reason. And that's something that you have to learn to see. Messages from Archangel Michael, please. Messages from Archangel Michael, please. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. He wants you to work more with your inner child. Do things that you actually liked as a child. And if you do shadow work, concentrate on healing the inner child more, like connecting with the inner child, writing a letter to the inner child, meditating with the inner child, anything like this. But what works best for me is just doing things that I liked to do as a child. For example, climbing trees, dancing in the rain, collecting flowers, anything like this. Collecting rocks is also something that I love to do, and I now learn to love it again. Like, I love to collect like rocks and sticks and put them on my altar. So that's something that you might want to do. I just see someone on trampoline. I think it's called trampoline in English. Yeah, Archangel Michael wants you to do all of these things that you did when you were younger, even as a teenager. So maybe putting on certain makeup or anything like this. Should I take this one? Yes. It's the Page of Coins. I just realized I think never had this card because I cannot remember this card. But oh no, it's the, is it the Knight or is it the, no, it's Page. Page of Pentacles. What's my with the Page of Pentacles? He wants you to draw more, to paint, to craft, to DIY things, working with clay, crocheting, anything that goes into this direction. He really wants you to do this, so you can enjoy doing all of these things more. Also, cooking might be something that you really like, and he, just to keep it short, he really wants you to do things that you enjoy, that are not too expensive. And if they are expensive, save some money to do these things. But he really wants you to enjoy life more, and also to ground yourself more. Grounding, you can do it with meditation, with some meditative music, with instruments. You can ground yourself when going barefoot on grass or in nature. That is really great. Trust me, I used to do this so often, but right now it was winter, so I couldn't do this. But by the way, doing this during winter when like there's snow, it can also be very grounding, because the coldness on your feet gives you such a shock that you come back to earth, or come back to the ground. But yeah, he wants you to ground more and to enjoy life more, because you might really have problems enjoying life currently. Okay, now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Learn more about herbs and herbalism, because that's something that I do. Like 1 hour a day, I learn about plants to use it in my magic, and he wants you to do this. Also look more into crystals. A crystal that you might need is tiger's eye, and malachite, I think it's called. Malachite. It might also be malachite. Look more into crystals and herbs. If you are practicing magic, you can use it. Also cleansing your room with incense sticks or a smudge stick. Always be respectful when you use these things, because they are very ancient practices. I think it's also said that only indigenous people are allowed to use smudge sticks. I asked my spirit guides, they told me no, it's okay to use smudge sticks if you do it respectfully and if you don't sell them. Like, you shouldn't make money of the religion of someone else. But if I use it private, it's okay. Yeah, clearing your space, opening the window to allow the sun in, so low vibrations get out, is something that he wants you to do. Okay, Archangel Michael, messages, please. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Did you ever think about making your own blog or YouTube account or anything, YouTube channel, I mean, or anything like this? Because we have the 5 of Wands. He wants you to share your knowledge. For example, my spirit guides really pushed me to do these pick a card readings, because I really love working with tarot. It's like, it's literally my life, like doing these things. And and they also want me to do a YouTube channel about magic, because I have some knowledge on it, and they want me to do this. And yeah, this really reminds me of him saying you have enough knowledge to also do this, or he wants you to work your way up to this. Maybe you always wanted to be a YouTuber, and he's saying you can do this, but you have to work for it. And that's also why he said the things with the crystals and the herbs. If you want to do a channel about magic or spirituality, you have to learn more and to have more that you can post. But he really is saying you can do this. He really sees you being a YouTuber, influencer, Instagram, Pinterest, I don't know, you name it. Yeah, he says you can do this. Okay, messages for pile 2. Archangel Michael. Eight of Swords. And Ace of Pentacles. You will not always be stuck. Sometimes being stuck is something good, so you can change something about yourself, or you have time to change. Also, if you feel like you will never achieve something like YouTube, he wants you to break it into little pieces, what you have to do, and work your way up, and don't see it as this big thing, but rather little small steps that you can do. But he says you will not always be stuck. There will come money, there will come people who love you, there will come love, there will come anything that you want. I see you sitting in a house that you own. I see you in the garden. And I just heard the alarm from somewhere, so that was confirmation. You will succeed. Don't give up. And if you need more energy, more help, call on Archangel Michael. He is going to help you. And also Archangel Uriel is someone who came through. He is wanting to help you. And these things are achievable for you. You just have to believe in it and work. Like, it's not coming from nothing, and it takes time, of course, but you are able to achieve this. Okay, one last message from Archangel Michael. Okay. We have 4 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. There was someone who tried to hex you or who hacks you. Don't worry, just take a bath and set the intention that it clears your energy field from the spell, or ask Archangel Michael for help, because he is going to help you get rid of the spell. Someone was just jealous, sent you the evil eye, or even a huge spell, and don't worry, they are getting their karma. But he wanted to inform you, so if you feel like you have a lot of bad luck lately, this is because you were cursed or hexed, rather. Cursed is something else. It's way more extreme. It's more of a hex or a jinx. But he wants to help you to get rid of this. And that's also everything that I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I thank Archangel Michael so much for these amazing messages. Thank you so much. It's always an honor to do these readings for my spirit guides. And I really hope these messages helped you and that you get rid of the spell, because that's bad. I have to be honest. I was just hexed lately. I got rid of it within a few minutes, but still, it's not nice. But yeah, that's everything that I have for you, and I really hope I will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome, pile 3. Welcome if you chose the 3rd pile and this lovely labradorite crystal. Look at how beautiful this is. And it actually, because this is the pile of Archangel Gabriel, for some kind of reason this also reminds me of Archangel Gabriel, probably because of the blue within it, because I always see Archangel Archangel Gabriel with a blue aura or as blue energy, like turquoise or bluish. Okay, today's reading is quite fun. We will see what kind of messages the archangels have for you. Each archangel has their own pile. The first pile was Archangel Raphael, the second pile Archangel Michael, and this is the pile of Archangel Gabriel, who watches over West, the element of water, and is connected with the element. I think, like, I would say he's connected with the element, because again, I always see him with a blue aura. Yeah, he is an angel of communication, but for some kind of reason he has this very soft, watery energy, if you know what I mean. It's kind of difficult to explain, but I also I always connect him with the water element. In today's reading, we will first find out who Archangel Gabriel is, and then we'll see what kind of situation you are and what kind of person you are, so you see if you resonate with the pile, and then we will get some messages from Archangel Gabriel. I already heard, if you felt drawn to another pile, also look into the other pile, because there might be a message for you there. It might be Archangel Uriel, I just heard, and Archangel Raphael might be a pile that you felt called to watch, but you decided this pile. Like, you're still right if you're here, but it might be that there are also messages for you too. Okay, yeah, let's find out who Archangel Gabriel is. First of all, he is a patron of mine. He is a very, very, very nice angel. He's very soft and very gentle. He knows what is important, and he will tell you which steps you have to take. He can be quite strict, and today he also feels kind of strict. Like, it might be that he wants to give you straightforward messages. He feels very strict, even though he is, like, in my opinion, he feels kind of soft. He is, again, the archangel of communication. His name means God is my strength or God is my hero, and he is the patron of communication and telecommunication and messengers, like also people who work in this field, or in my opinion might even be patron of tarot readers and things like this, because it also has to do with communication. Like that might also be the arts, in my opinion. Like he feels to me like he also is a patron of the arts, like drawing and painting and singing and dancing, because it is also a form of communication, right? And always when I had to do with arts, he was present, so he feels very close to this form of communication too. He is, by the way, the angel who told Holy Mary that she's going to be pregnant with Jesus. Like he delivered the message of God. And he also, I just read, like, I'm not too advanced when it comes to knowing about things about the Bible. I'm so sorry, because I'm not Christian, but I read he also was the angel who helped David with his visions. I don't know what kind of story this was, to be honest, so maybe look it up, but he also had like played a role in this. Again, I connected with communication and also the arts, because he's also always like holding something like a book or a scroll. And other symbols of him are the trumpet, because of communication, like saying the word of God, and also a lily, which is quite funny, because one nickname of me is Lily, and I felt very connected to this fact when I found out that the lily is a flower of his. But yeah, that's everything that I have about Archangel Gabriel. You can always look up more about him, but I thought those were the most important information about him. Found out that the lily is a flower of his. But yeah, that's everything that I have about Archangel Gabriel. You can always look up more about him, but I thought those were the most important information about him. Again, okay, that's then enough to Archangel Gabriel. I have to be so careful that I not say Archangel Michael, because for some kind of reason Archangel Michael is in my head today. Like I always think of Archangel Michael and I don't know why. So maybe he also had a message for you, but I always want to say Archangel Michael instead of Archangel Gabriel, even though I work with both of them. Like I work with all four of the archangels that were said in this reading, of this collective reading, and I also work with another angel. And I normally always think of Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel. I don't feel too connected yet with Archangel Uriel, because I didn't know who he was, but he is very nice. My best friend is working with him also. My best friend is also working with him, and she always says he's very, very nice. And I think the most strict of the angels is Archangel Michael, to be honest, because his energy feels strict. Like it's not like he is angry or bad or insults you or anything like this. No. He really feels like a teacher. I have to be honest. He really feels like a teacher. Whereas Archangel Raphael, for example, feels very soft and just loving and not as strict as Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel. Okay, enough with the talking. Back to the reading. Funny that he is the angel of communication and he's laughing right now, and I'm talking nonsense. Like I feel like I'm talking nonsense, like it might not be interesting for you, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to put the crystal up here and this card away. We are going to look at it later. I'm asking the archangels and my spirit guides for protection, also my ancestors, please, that only high energies, clear guided messages come through, and only the truth. Yes, I also connect Archangel Gabriel with truth, because he is like communication and clear communication. So I don't even know, but he might be connected with the throat chakra, to be honest, because the throat chakra is all about communication and truth, right? But yeah, just look it up for yourself, see what resonates with you. It might be different for everyone. That's fine. Okay. Archangel Gabriel, please help me with my reading and tell me in what kind of situation is pile 3. And I just want to say pile 2. Might be that you felt drawn to every pile. Okay, we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Swords in reverse, sorry. Did you just had an argument with a spirit guide? You might also be seeing a lot of doves because like the crown of, I think this is Isis, Aset, is sticking out to me. Also these hands, I never realized that here are hands and foot and feet. It feels like you are writing a lot, texting a lot. Maybe you just had an argument over the phone and you texted like this huge text to the person you're in an argument with. Something else is you might have just given someone an offering and used incense. Doesn't have to be an offering, but it feels like you just cleared your energy. You just lit an incense stick or smudge stick. Something else, you might be liking the plant sage, or you bought yourself just a sage plant. Those are all very specific, so only take what resonates. Might even that you bought yourself, how are these feathers called that are used for writing? A quill, thank you. Archangel Gabriel just said it, a quill. Might be that you just bought yourself a quill, that you just use a quill, that you have written something down. You might even be that you have written down your grocery list. Anything else? Maybe you have bad dreams. That's also something that's coming up. That you have a lot of bad dreams or nightmares. Might also be dreaming of angels who rescue you in the dream. Might be that you just watched a reading that's called "What Are My Dreams Trying to Tell Me?" Maybe you're coming from the reading because I posted such a reading. So if you're interested, it's literally one of my last readings that I did. What else? What else? Might have been that you just have eaten salad. You might be vegetarian, I just heard. Or you have written, like you have read about, also you might have read about Isis or Aset or mythology. Maybe you looked up the meaning of Archangel Gabriel, looked up if he is your patron, if he is your angel that is working with you. Might also be that you just saw a rainbow. A lot of messages, but it might be that you also just saw a rainbow. And something that's coming up, if you're working with deities, it might be that the goddess Iris is calling out to you because she is a goddess of the rainbow and messenger of the Greek gods. Like she's kind of like Hermes, but not mentioned as often. She is also a goddess of mine that I'm working with, and she just came up when I said rainbows and communication and all of these things that Archangel Gabriel is connected with. I feel her energy in a kind of way. Like this is just confirmation for those who needed confirmation, but it might be that Iris is a goddess of yours, or that Iris wants to work with you, and I just felt light energy, so this was confirmation for me. So look it up. Also, something else might be that you want to buy yourself, how's it called? I just had to look it up. I wanted to say a rainbow moonstone, that you wanted to buy yourself a rainbow moonstone. I have to tell you though, a rainbow moonstone is not a moonstone, it is actually opalite. Just something that came up. Also, you might be interested in opal, I think it's called in English. Opal? Opal. I don't know how it's pronounced, but you might be interested in that too. Those are just my notes when it comes to crystals. I still have to make it pretty, but it's a book that a notebook that I started when it comes to crystals, how they work, what they are used for. Because I have a crystal shop near me and I never know the meanings, like the spiritual meanings of crystals, I have to write them down, and it really helps me. That's maybe something that Archangel Gabriel wants you to do, or that you are already doing. that you write down the crystals that you need, that you want, and so you have like a little guide on crystals. Maybe it is even about herbs, because I also was reminded that I have a notebook that is about herbs. There might be something you're doing, so you might be a witch or someone who practices magic, or you're just interested in crystals and herbs. And Archangel Gabriel just said you might just be spiritual. You don't have to be a witch to be spiritual. You can also be so many other things, or you can just call yourself spiritual or religious, however you want to. Maybe you're even Christian, but there's also something that's called Christian magic, or Christian witchcraft. So that's possible. What kind of situation is pile 3 in Archangel Gabriel? What kind of situation is... It might be that you need a new bed. That's something that's also coming through, because he was like, no, there's still a message. Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse. Or you might be a loner. You might be a loner, or someone who doesn't have a lot of friends. Either it was your own decision to not have as many friends, or to not have friends, or to be on your own, or it's just what the universe gave you. Like, there were only toxic people, there were only people that are bad. Maybe you never met people. Might even be that it's not about friendships. Might even be that it's about relationship, that you never had a relationship, or you just broke up with someone. Something that I also heard. What else? Okay, that's everything he said. We have the Emperor in reverse. Now it's again coming up that you might be interested in magic. Maybe you're just learning about it, or you did something similar to me with the book that is about crystals. You also might be interested in this ring. It's hematite, bloodstone in German. It's called bloodstone. I know in English bloodstone is something else, but it's hematite and it's a protective crystal. Also, I have this bracelet, which is like this knots are self-made from the shop, and in here it's the same stone as this labradorite. It's like the bracelet of my best friend, and she has also some like a bracelet like this. But it might be that you're interested in the things that I'm wearing. Especially this ring, because this ring is really sticking out to me. Again, it's great for grounding, healing, and also protection. I use it for protection. Might be something that you're interested in. Also, it might be that you just read about Celtic mythologies, with, how is the sword called, Excalibur or something like this. At least in German it's Excalibur. So it might be very similar to the German word, to be honest, because oftentimes the German words are very close to the English words. But it might be that you just read about Celtic traditions, or you learned about the Sabbats that witches celebrate, or some people, pagans celebrate. Anything else? You might see a lot of birds lately. By the way, birds can be signs from angels, because, as you may know, the angels have wings and feathers, especially white feathers and black feathers, and also birds like doves and swans are symbols of the angels. Archangel Gabriel, what kind of situation is pile 3 in? Do you have a dog or a cat? It might also be something that's confirmation for you. We have the Tower in reverse. And normally I would read the meaning of the tower, but the only thing that's coming up from the tower is you might have very long hair. Either very long hair or very short hair, like a pixie cut or something like this. Feels like that. Anything else? You might like frogs. Because I just thought about frogs. Maybe frogs are a great symbol for you. Maybe it's confirmation. Maybe you just saw a frog. Maybe you just rescued a frog, because sometimes they have to be rescued because they want to go over the street, but there are a lot of cars, of course. Anything else? Again, I'm seeing birds. Maybe you also want to look up the meaning of the spirit animal bird. Like doves are coming up, crows, what else? Ravens, and also a bat I just saw. I know it's not a bird, but that's just something that came up. Look up the animal guide meaning, like the spirit animal meaning, or the medicine of these animals might be a sign for you. Again, now it's goose. How's the plural of goose? Geese? Gooses? Oh my god, I have to look it up. I don't even know. But yeah, we have the 8 of coins. You are a hard worker. Remind me of myself that I literally get up in the morning and start learning until it is evening, and then I go to bed because I want to make my own witchcraft YouTube channel, and I still have to, like, my spirit guides tell me all the time I'm ready, but I have the feeling that I still have to learn so many things. Like, you are never ready, like, with learning. Like, you will never be done with learning. There's always something else coming up that you're about to learn. But I want to learn as much as I can until I do my YouTube channel, so I can give my followers good things to watch. But yeah, feels like you're working a lot too. It might also be that because of your job you're working a lot. It might be that you have a job in communication, like working on the phone or writing emails, because it's also communication, right? Okay, we have the sun in reverse. One thing that's coming up is you might suffer from depression. And it might be that you just had therapy or were in a hospital, maybe a mental hospital, maybe a normal hospital. That's something that's coming up. And if so, don't shame yourself for it. In my opinion, everybody of us needs therapy. And sometimes it just happens. Like, I was in a mental hospital last year because some bad things happened, to keep it short. Maybe I'm doing a video on that sometime. But yeah, we have the 7 of Wands. You might, okay, not you might be, but you are very attractive. Normally I don't read this card like this, but even Archangel Gabriel is saying, wow, you look amazing. You're so attractive. Like, sorry, I'm literally just talking like my best friend and I are talking normally. Like, we always flirt with each other in a very funny way, and my spirit guides do this too, because like, spirit guides don't always have to be strict or just straightforward. Sometimes they even joke around. Like, for example, I think the closest deities that I'm working with are Apollon and Anubis to me. Like, I have a very close relationship with them, strong relationship with them, and I always joke with them and like flirt with them, and they flirt back. I remember this one dream. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but maybe you have to notice about spirit guides that you don't have like this opinion of, oh my god, they are so strict and they cannot have fun. I had this one dream where I met Anubis. Like, he visited me. Also, normally I call him Ampu. I don't know why I have to say Anubis today. So maybe you only know him as Anubis, but his real name is Ampu. Like, Anubis is Greek, and or the name the Greeks gave him, and Ampu is the Egyptian name. But Ampu was there in my dream and was talking to me, and then I flirted with him, and he blowed me a kiss and laughed. It was so funny. Like, I still have to laugh about this because it's so funny that he is like normally Ampu is a very strict guide. Not even strict, but he is very calm and almost never speaks unless he has to, and he is very straightforward. And yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. He's very calm but strict. Like, he's like a father to me, and also to my to other witches. To be honest, he always has this fatherly energy. And like, he never flirts with me in this way, but sometimes he cracks a joke and it's so funny, and it's just so out of character for him, but it makes him so amazing. Like, I love him so much. But and then there is Apollon, who is so sarcastic. Like, he is joking around all the time. He's always making jokes, and I'm sometimes like, oh my god, you think of me like that? And he was like, no, it was a joke. And he's very funny. And also other guys, like even the angels, like I can joke around with the angels. They are very funny. Yeah, spirit guides can be very funny, and even some spirit guides curse. That's also something that I never knew, and I just realized because this one time, what was the situation? I think it was Apollo. He literally cursed, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I curse too. Okay." So don't worry, they are more human than you think. Like they have the same attributes that we have, and they also have faults. It's something that I also learned. Like I always make sure that I'm not working with tricksters, and I always get signs from my spirit guides that they are the ones talking to me, and they always give me signs when I'm working with a trickster. And I was shocked, like in the beginning as a witch, I was like, oh my god, they are probably so strict and straightforward, and they never joke around, and oh my god. And in the end, I realized they are very funny and very open-minded and joke around too. So that was probably for you for a reason, but I had to tell you this. So yeah, I'm sharing my knowledge. I don't know. Okay. What kind of situation is pile 3 Archangel Gabriel? Oh, okay. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse, and he just told me I had to tell you about this, like share my knowledge when it comes to this, because you have this opinion of spirit guides that, like the same opinion that I had in the beginning, that they were very strict and never joke around. And I always saw him kind of like as kind of mean, not to insult them, but I always thought like they are teachers, so they are strict, because I had this theme just for me in my life that teachers were so strict and were on another level. But when you work with spirit guides, they come to your level. Like they can be very strict and never cursing and just these amazing beings like gods, but they can also be very human. Like I, for example, sometimes see when spirit guides are sad for me. There was like this one time where my depression was really bad, and I had a lot of struggles, like everything was just too much, and I literally did things to myself that are not good, just to hurt me. And my spirit guide, I felt how sad they were, and I was always like, that's not possible. And no, they can feel your emotions, and they are more human than you think. Yes, they are spirits. Yes, they have higher frequencies than we do, and they have more knowledge, and they are literally sometimes gods and angels, but they can be very human too. Okay, Archangel Gabriel, and what kind of situation is pile 3? Okay. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, might be that you're not interested in relationships, you just broke up with someone, or you're single. Or you are married. Like it doesn't feel like you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, however you want to call it. It feels more either you're married or you don't have a partner. That's everything that I get from this card, okay? And then we have the Hierophant. And Archangel Gabriel just told me I should. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Upside down, no, right up. Either you are a priest or priestess, or you want to become one, or you just met one, or you're following one, I don't know. But you feel like you are very interested in these things. And you might have a cat. Again, I again had to think about a cat. And you might also just saw a shooting star, or you just saw a shooting star, because I saw a shooting star in my head. Okay, that's everything about the confirmation part. Let's see what kind of messages Archangel Gabriel has for you. I'm very curious. Okay, first, the Oracle card. We have Mercury, Mind and Speech. Two things are coming up right now. maybe there is more, but are you interested in working with spirit guides? Because Hermes and Iris are coming up again, because Hermes literally is Mercury, right? He is a deity connected with Mercury. His name literally means Mercury, like Hermes, it's called in Greek, I think, means Mercury in English. And in the Roman mythology, there is this god called Mercury, who is kind of the same deity as Hermes. I see them as separated gods and not the same, because, for example, I work with Persephone, but I also work with Proserpina, which is the Roman goddess. And the same goes for Aphrodite and Venus. I work with Aphrodite, but I also work with Venus. And those are two different deities. Yeah, also, they remind me, I have been working with Artemis, and I also have been working with Diana, who are also the same deity, but they are not. In my opinion, they are not. Those are two different entities, and they're separate. But yeah, and anything else? You might see trumpets and things that have to do with communication in the near future. And I just realized, of course, Mercury is literally the planet of communication. This is just confirmation for me that I'm actually talking with Archangel Gabriel, and maybe you also need this confirmation. He literally gave me his card. Like, he is Mercury, but he is connected to Mercury, because Mercury is the planet of travel, but also communication. Anything else? If there is jewelry that you wanted to buy, he wants you to buy it. And you might be having a lot of jewelry, like crystal bracelets and necklaces and anything like this, and also rings. Yeah, I remember I was saying you like crystals. Okay. Archangel Gabriel, what's the message for pile 3? What do you want to say to them? We have the Sun. He wants you to look more into spirit work, like really inform yourself about spirit work before working with spirits, because you need protection. You need to know how to clear the space. You need to know how to banish spirits if they are not the real spirits, but rather tricksters and parasites. Just a little disclaimer if you don't know. Trickster spirits and parasite spirits are spirits who are not your spirit guides, who have low vibrations, and they like to attach themselves, especially parasites, that's why they're called parasites. They attach themselves to you and suck out your energy. Like, I don't want to scare you, okay? But they suck out the energy of you, and you always feel tired and just exhausted. And trickster spirits are literally saying, yeah, I'm, for example, Archangel Gabriel, of course, and then they can never tell you any mythology, any information about them. They say, no, you don't need protection, no, you don't need to clear your space. They also want blood from you and sex and many other things, and they literally use you, and they don't want to help you. Like, those are not good spirits. And he wants you to learn about the fact that there are good spirits and also bad spirits, or just spirits who have their own interest in mind and not yours. I don't like to say they are good or evil. It's not like they hate you, the trickster spirits and parasites. They just want to benefit themselves. Like, they want to help themselves and not you. And there is options how to banish them and how to protect yourself from them. Like, you can do protective spells, you can ward your place, you can protect your space, you can ask your spirit guides for protection. And you have to evolve with your protection techniques, because at some point they are not going to work anymore, because you have to learn something new. That just literally happened to my place. I just put up protection spells, and for some kind of reason they kind of broke. Like, they didn't work anymore, even though they had to, because normally my protection spells work a month, and this time they only work 2 weeks. And I know the reason was that this happened was because my roommate, she's a beginner witch. Like, I'm teaching her, I'm her teacher, and she had to learn to do a spell when there is an not accident, emergency, when there is an emergency, and she had to learn to do these spells and I already know how to do the spells, but she had to do it on her own, and it's just a lesson for her. And these things can happen, so you always have to learn more about protection and to evolve, so you're protected and talk with your spirit guides. But he really wants you to learn again about communication with spirits. And I just saw a bird, so it was confirmation for me. But yeah, again, spirit work, deity work, angel work, anything like this, he really wants you to learn about it. And dream magic is also something he wants you to learn about. Dream magic is when you use your dreams to achieve something. For example, getting answers in your dreams, astral projecting in your dreams, having lucid dreams, going to another person's dreams, anything like this is dream magic, and he wants you to look more into this. And also glamour magic. Again, just magic. Learn about communication with spirits, learn about spirits, what kind of spirits are there. Stay away from fairy magic, because beginners are not ready to work with fairies, because they can be very complicated, and they are also kind of tricksters. Like, they like to trick us and to twist our words, like some of them, not all, of course. And first learn about fairy magic, then practice this, because there are some rules that you have to learn first. For example, never tell a fairy thank you or you're sorry, because then you owe them something, and they can like say you owe them anything. Like, for example, you say thank you accidentally, and then they can say, okay, you owe me something because you said thank you, now I want a car from you. So they are very special, let's say that. Like, I love fairies so much, I do work with them, and I love them very much, but be careful. Okay, messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2. Archangel Gabriel. We have the devil. Yeah, again, he wants you to learn more about the types of spirits, and how to see that you're working with a trickster spirit, because that's very important, that you really know what kind of spirit you're working with, what to do when it is a trickster or a parasite. Like, if it is a parasite, you have to detach them from your body or your aura, and then you have to banish them, then you have to put up protection so they don't come back, and all these things. It's very exhausting, and you still have to learn it, and it's very important that you look into it. Messages from Archangel Gabriel, please. Okay, I just asked if they are the correct cards. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Be also careful. Be careful when it comes to listening to other people about protection spells. Always look up if the things they say are true, because especially on TikTok. Oh my god, I freaking hate TikTok, because they're saying so much bullshit. I have to be honest. They're literally saying so much bullshit, and just to get clout. Like, they are saying you can do this and that in your magic, and they only say it to get clout, because it's something special when they say it, because it's something no other witch told them. Always do your research. Please always do your research, because this can be so dangerous. It literally caused me, because I only listened to TikTok witches, it caused me to work for for 6 months, to work with a trickster spirit, because I didn't know I was working with a trickster spirit, and I was like asking myself, why are my spirit guides so rude, and why are they hurting me all the time, why are so many trickster spirits around me even though I put up protection, and so on. And I literally was working with a trickster spirit, and it's so bad, I can tell you. Like, I wish this upon no one. This is such a bad thing to work with trickster spirits. It's so exhausting, and it's really bad. So please look up your information. Please do your research. It's so important. Even ask your spirit guides to help you find actual information about witchcraft, and they are going to send you some books or websites that are actually good. Because there's also someone that I used to follow, who gave information about deities and their offerings, and my spirit guides were like, yeah, no, those are not offerings for us. She's working with a trickster spirit and sharing her knowledge, and it's only a trickster spirit. So be careful. 2 of coins. I just heard someone say, but how do I know that this information is correct? Read books, and read many of them. And if there is information that it's continuing to show up, then it's the truth. Also listen to your gut, like your gut feeling, because it's going to tell you, your intuition is going to tell you if it is correct or not. If it feels kind of weird, it's not true. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Don't try to work with too many spirits in the beginning. Like, choose one spirit, ask them if they want to work with you. If they say no, accept this. If they say yes, put up an altar, give them offerings, communicate with them, ask them for help, and then other spirits will come to you. Like, I rather ask spirits to come to me instead of me going to them, because I never know if I need to work with the spirit. For example, I think Apollon and Diana were the only deities I have asked to work with me, and otherwise all of my spirits came to me. And I have worked with many spirits, like really like a lot of spirits. I have worked with ancestors, dead people, fairies, deities, angels, what else, animal guides, the elements, nymphs, which would also be fairies, plants. I have worked with many spirits, and it's really important that you take your time with choosing your spirit guides. And there are main guides and there are guides who come and go, and just be patient. Like, also something that's very important to know is when you work with spirits, sometimes they go. And it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it has just to do with the fact that you have learned your lesson that you were supposed to learn with the spirit guide, and their work is done. And yeah, they go sometimes, and it's nothing bad. But it can also go when you insult them. We have the Fool. Archangel Gabriel wants to help you with this journey. So just call on him if you ever feel like it. He's going to give you some information about witchcraft. He's going to give you information about spirits, and he wants to be by your side while you learn. So I guess he is a patron of yours. Or maybe not. Might also be that he's not a patron of yours, but that's also fine. Okay, we have King of Wands. Oh yeah. Okay. I have worked with demons. I forgot about them. And he wants me to tell you that just because you're working, for example, with angels doesn't mean that you're not allowed to work with demons, because I didn't know that too. Demons and angels come along just quite fine. They are literally friends. And I was so scared working with, for example, Lucifer or Asmodeus, Belial, and other demons. I have worked with quite a few demons, and I was always so scared, like, am I going to hell, or am I a bad witch just because I'm working with demons and also with angels? But I can tell you, you're not a bad witch just because you're working with demons. Demons are just nice. They are very nice. I also have worked with Satan. Like, I'm currently working with Satan. And I also have worked with Baphomet, and I love him so much. He is so great. I also love Satan very much. He's also very nice. But don't worry about the fact that you are working with demons. You're not going to hell for this. Because, fun fact, there is no such thing as hell. Like, yeah, in the spirit world there is kind of like a hell, and it only exists because so many people believe in it, but you don't go to hell. You don't go there just because you have worked with demons. They are just spirits too. Okay, messages from Archangel Gabriel. Lucifer is also not bad, by the way. Lucifer is a very nice guide. truth in reverse. Stay away from working with dead people yet, like ancestors and dead people, because there can be spirits who seem nice, but they are not nice. For example, I have worked with quite a few ancestors of mine, and I have like these 3 ancestors that were always there, and I also have ancestors that don't want my interest, like they don't have my success in their mind. They literally just want me to be like them, and they are not interested in my hobbies, in my view of life, and they just want me to be like them. And you have to be careful when it comes to this. Rather ask your spirit guides first if it is okay to work with this ancestor, instead of working with any ancestor that is coming to you. Messages from Archangel Gabriel, please. Messages from Archangel Gabriel. The Hanged Man in reverse. It's time for you to write down all your dreams, and if you already write them down, to interpret them, because your spirit guides are sending you a lot of messages in your dreams. Yeah, but really write your dreams down. And the last message from Archangel Gabriel is, with the Ace of Wands, he wants you to be more creative. Like writing, dancing, singing, anything like this. He wants you to be more creative. And that's also everything that I have for you. I really thank Archangel Gabriel for these amazing messages. I'm really grateful. So thank you so much. And I really hope that this reading resonated with you, that it helped you. And I'm wishing you the best of luck with your journey with witchcraft and learning all these things. And don't worry. I know it's a lot to learn and it might be very overwhelming, but don't worry, you got this, okay? Your spirit guides also believe in you, and also Archangel Gabriel is saying you got this. Okay, and that's also everything that I have for you, and I really hope I will see you in my next one. Bye. Welcome Pi 4, welcome to your reading if you chose this lovely card and this beautiful amethyst cluster. Today's reading is going to be very interesting because we are going to get messages from the Archangels. Each Archangel that is connected with the cardinal directions is one pile. The first pile was Archangel Raphael, the second Archangel Michael, the third Archangel Gabriel, and this one is Archangel Uriel. Okay, first we are going to see who Archangel Uriel is. If you already know, you can skip this part, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about Archangel Uriel, at least the things that I have found out. There are probably more information about him, but I asked him and he said that's enough information, that's alright. Then we will see in what kind of situation you are, so you can see if you resonate with your pile. And then we are going to move to the part that is actually interesting in my opinion, the messages that Archangel Uriel has for you. Okay, who is Archangel Uriel? Archangel Uriel is again one of the 4 archangels that protect the cardinal directions. His direction is north, which would be the element of earth. So I kind of connect him with earth also because he is an angel of death. Like, he isn't the bringer of death, but he is the one who guides the soul to their, like, where they have to go. His name literally means light of God or fire of God, which makes sense because Archangel Uriel either carries a sword that is like on fire, or he has, like, that's often a symbol of him, an open hand, and in the hand there is a fire or a sun. Oftentimes Archangel Uriel also shows up as a flame. I don't know if this is correct, but I think I've read that he was like the burning bush that was talking, like it was God, but he was the flame. And I just saw a raven, so this might be confirmation. So I don't know if this is true, but it's what I have remembered. He is the angel of, sorry if I cannot pronounce this word, this is very difficult for me, repentance. He is the angel of presence, wisdom, sacrament of confirmation, and art and science. He is the angel that is standing at the gate of Eden with a fiery sword. Symbols of him are a book, a scroll, again an open hand holding a flame or a sun, a fiery sword, and also just fire in general. He is connected with death and guiding the souls to their, like, where they want to go. And colors that are associated with him are red, yellow, gold, and for me it's also brown and black, because when I talk with Archangel Uriel, like, he's a patron of mine. When I talk with Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, I always see him with this brown, black aura, and also he is the protector of the north, which would be Earth, and Earth is brown and black. So I always connect him with this. In my opinion, it might be different aspects of him. Like, each spirit has their own manifestations and aspects. And it might be that some seem with red aura and I seem with black and brown aura, because I do practice death magic. So he probably shows himself like this to me. But yeah, that's a little bit about Archangel Uriel. My best friend also works with him. She always sees him with black or brown or dark wings. That's also why I always see him like in this color, because for us he has these colors, but I only found on the internet that his colors would be yellow, red, and gold. Just see it as you will. Okay, to the reading. First of all, I ask my archangels and my spirit guides and my ancestors for protection, so only clear guided messages come through and only the truth. Going to keep the crystal up here and put this card aside. We are going to look on it when we come to the part of the messages for you from Archangel Uriel. But first, let's find out in what kind of situation you are, what kind of person you are, pile 4. And I just wanted to say pile 2, so if you felt drawn to them, like, I realized in each pile I said maybe you felt drawn to this pile and that pile. So it might be that there are a lot of people who felt drawn to many piles, and this might be your confirmation if you felt drawn to 2 piles, that you also look into the other pile, because I keep hearing pile 2. Of course, only go there if you felt drawn to this, or if this really sounds for you like you want to listen to another pile. Again, pile 2 would be Archangel Michael. I already see that you are quite interested in my nail polish and also my ring. This is hematite, which would be a crystal of protection and grounding and stability. Also, health is a big theme when it comes to these crystals. Like, I don't believe too much in the aspects of crystals like curing illnesses, because if it was like that, we don't need medicine, right? Sorry, my roommate literally just called for the cat and didn't realize that I'm filming. So if you hear weird noises in the background, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't believe too much in the health aspects. I believe that crystals can heal a broken heart, for example, like with the energy, because it gives you energy. For me, crystals are also their own spirits. I see them as beings. And yeah, you feel drawn to this. And also my nails, I literally just did them, like I did it on my own, and I'm very proud of it. But you will probably see me with, like, every time new nail polish, because I like to draw on my nails, and my nail polish is not the best. Like, right now I don't have the money to buy me super expensive nail polish, so I use very cheap one that don't last very long, but that's okay. I like to do them very often. Okay, what kind of situation is pile 4 in? Okay. You also felt drawn to pile 1, I just heard. And we have justice, judgment. And what I get with this is you might be working with spirits, or there are a lot of spirits around you. And we have the Page of Cups. Might be that just someone, no, it doesn't feel recent. Someone you knew died, or maybe off themselves. I have to be honest, it's also something that's coming up, and it was very long ago, and now they are with you as a spirit. Also, Archangel Uriel, I feel his energy so much right now, is very present in your life. Even though you don't work with him or you don't know him, it's absolutely fine. He is very present in your life. He really is like he's showing me this page as looking at this cup, like this person is looking at this cup, and it feels like this is Archangel Uriel and you are the cup. Like he's protecting you, he's with you, he's always at your side, he's always comforting you when you feel sad. He's very present in your life, and for you he is also a spirit, or for you he's also a spirit or an angel that is connected with death. Like like when I read about Archangel Uriel, there's not a lot about him when it comes to death, to be honest, but always when I'm working with him, I see this death aspect. He also said I'm allowed to give him bones as offerings, of course, bones from animals that died naturally. But he always is like this, and for me, he is not this. Like he is a protector, of course, yes, but he has this gloomy dark energy around him, and it's not like he's creepy or anything like this, but he is like a protector of the dead and a guide of the dead, and also a spirit who can teach you about death magic. Like he is very connected with death for me. Right now I also get this energy, and those cards are saying it again. It feels very much like he is a death deity for you, or death angel for you. Like I think normally the angel of death is oh my god, I'm so sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Azrael, something like this. Normally he is the angel of death, or sometimes he's depicted as a demon. So I'm very confused when it comes to all of this. Like I do a lot of research on my gods and deities and angels and spirits that I'm working with, but sometimes this information just confuses me and it's just too much. And if this is also the case with you, don't worry about it. They are not angry with you because you don't understand something. It's about you putting in the effort learning about them, and you can write it down and you can think about it, you can ask them about it, but they are very happy when you do your research on the deities and spirits you're working with. I always say deity, so maybe there's also a deity here. I just saw Ampu, also Osiris or Osar, as you may know him. Heru or Horus. Hades and Pluton. This is just confirmation for those who need it, because there are a lot of deities coming up. But the thing is, most of these deities that I just said are literally, again, death deities. Those are death deities. No, all of them are death deities. They are all connected with death. So you might be a death witch, which is pretty cool. I was a death witch until I realized I'm more like an eclectic witch, because I also do glamour magic and so many other things. Hearth magic, hedge magic, kitchen magic, color magic, all of these stuff, like cosmic magic, all of it. I love to do all of it, but I am quite experienced when it comes to death magic, because I have practicing it for about a year or 2 years, I don't know, and I have put in a lot of work. And also I had a great teacher when it comes to this. Anpu, or Anubis as you may know him. Anubis or Ampu was my teacher who gave me literally spells, and there were also other deities who gave me spells and information about death magic, but Ampu was the one who was the closest. Like I also work with Set, and he gave me a lot of messages when it comes to learning about death magic and magic in general. He also gave me tips on glamour magic, because funny thing, Set, even though he is the god of deserts and I'd say destruction and just chaos in a kind of way, he is like, he before that was a love deity. Like he was very much prayed to when it comes to love and self-love and glamour magic. So he have taught me a lot about glamour magic too, and a lot of spells, and it's always great. But again, the deities that I just told you that might be connected with you or that are interested in you, when it comes to working with you or anything like this, those are all death deities. So maybe you're just interested in death magic, maybe you feel drawn to death magic, or that people, maybe you're on the graveyard a lot of times, maybe you feel just connected. You don't even have to be a witch, you can also be a medium, because I am a medium too. Like, I see spirits, I hear spirits, I feel spirits, I have all of these, like, these psychic abilities. I have all of them, but some are more developed than others. For example, claircognizance is very strong with me, clairaudience is very strong, and clairvoyance is very strong. But I also have the other clairs, like not all of them, like there are things that I don't have, but like the typical I have, because my soul learned it in past lives. It was very fast when I learned this in this life, and I was questioning it, but my spirit guides told me, no, it's because you have learned it and achieved it and mastered it in past lives. It's so easy for you now, but it can be overwhelming. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. I just heard someone say, why can I read these cards? It's because they are German, because I'm a German potato. But something that's coming up is you might be a priest or priestess, or learning to become a priest or priestess. Might even be that you read the book, how's it called? A Guide to Pagan Priesthood by Laura O'Brien, I think her name was. Oh my god, I don't know her name, but O'Brien it was. I don't know the first name, but feels like you want to become priestess, or you are one, or you feel very connected to one. Something else that's coming up is that you might be listening to these gurus on YouTube, not beauty gurus, but the spiritual ones, like the ones that are telling you about past lives. Maybe you did just a past life regression also. Maybe ones that talk about their mediumship, because again, like, there is this energy of you knowing that there are spirits and you working with them or talking to them or wanting to help them, because that's what I did. I didn't work too much with dead people. I rather helped them, and they were allowed to tell me about their problems. I was healing them also, because I do a little bit of Reiki, and you can do it on spirits too. And I healed some spirits, and yeah, that's what I feel. You feel very much advanced or interested in it. You might be a very advanced soul. If you are not spiritual yet, your soul knows so many things, and wow, it's just wow. It's very strong. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you have learned a lot in your past lives, like very, very much a lot. You have learned so many things in your past life, and now you already know these things, or they come very easy to you. That might also be something, that they come very easy to you. You are interested in many new things about spirituality. You feel very spiritual, or someone who is not spiritual yet but is very interested in like this whole path. Like Archangel Uriel reminds me a little bit of me. Like, he tells me the situation that I had. Like, I always wanted to be spiritual, I always wanted to be a witch, but I never knew that this is a real thing. And then I saw it on TikTok, and I saw all these witches, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do this too. And bam, I was spiritual. But I have to say, I had to learn a lot of things, because I mostly use TikTok as my source, and I can tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. There's so much bullshit on this app, and people wanting clout, and people saying things just to get money, and most of the things are not true, so please do your research. But it feels like you might be also interested in deity work or spirit work, like working with deities and spirits. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Either you don't have a lot of money, or you come from a very poor household, maybe even both, but it doesn't feel like you have a lot of money. And if so, you like to spend the money on crystals. But you feel like you come from a time where you didn't have a lot of money and didn't have a lot of things in your life. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. Please focus. Okay, with the Three of Wands. You might be interested in glamour magic because I have this song in my mind that says all pretty girls walk like this, and so on, and it's just playing in my mind. Might even be that you already pray. Maybe you're Christian, but it doesn't feel like it too much. Like it might be that you're religious and just realize that this religion is just not the right thing for you, and you want to be just spiritual or witch or shaman or a druid or anything like this. Pagan. And if you don't want to call yourself pagan, that's also fine. Like I don't care about labels. I have to be honest. Like it's nice to say, yeah, I am a witch, of course, but it's the same with what kind of witch are you and wanting to give yourself a label. That's why I just call myself either a witch. Like I almost never say that I'm an eclectic witch. But when I'm asked, but I always just say, yeah, I'm a witch. So yeah, I don't like labels too much. Also, if someone would ask me if I'm pagan, I would say probably yes. I don't even know if I'm pagan. Like, yeah, I'm working with spirits. I'm religious in this way because I'm working with deities. I am a witch, but not every witch is pagan. Not every witch that works with spirits and deities is pagan. So I don't know what I am, and I really don't care. But feels like that you're very interested in all of these things with spirit work. Maybe you already do it. Yeah, like the spirits are sticking out to me. Also, you probably just wanted to make yourself a wand or thought about it, or you made one, because I see like a branch or a stick and a crystal on the top and like some jewelry and fancy stuff. Might be that you just made yourself or want to make yourself a wand and learn about magic. And I was reminded of the book, maybe you just read it or you wanted to read it, you saw it on the internet, that is how's it called, a guide to modern witchcraft, I think it's called. It's literally the first book that I ever read about witchcraft beside a Wiccan book. But yeah, I was reminded of this book. It's a very good one. I can just advise you to read it because it really helped me on my path. Okay, Archangel Uriel, what kind of situation is Pile 4 in? Okay, he said all of them. I don't even know if Archangel Uriel is I don't even know if Archangel Uriel is male, because I think angels don't have a gender and they can change their gender if they want to, but I will say he because it's more easy for me. Otherwise I have to to think too much, and he never said anything like, yeah, don't call me like that. I think every pronoun is correct with angels. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. You are someone who is supposed to be very wealthy in your future. Normally, I hate to say this because it's like this typical thing of scammers saying, yeah, you're going to be so rich. Just pay me to do this reading for you so I can tell you how you become rich and things like this. But it's coming up here. You are supposed to have a lot of money in your future. You're supposed to be very spiritual in your future. Like you maybe even have, like, for example, a spiritual shop in the future or right now, like an esoteric shop, or maybe you have your own YouTube, you have your own blog. Anything that goes into this direction feels like it's going to happen for you. Like you feel like your energy, even if you don't have money right now, right? Like take what resonates. Even if you don't have money or a lot of crystals or a lot of spirits you're working with, your energy feels very abundant and wealthy. Like you feel like you already are rich. It's a very nice energy. I like to be in this energy. I have to be honest, I feel very comfortable. But you feel like you're going to be wealthy at some point. We have 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and something else that's coming up is you're supposed to not work as much anymore in your future. Like you're going to make more money with less work, because for example, if you're a motivational speaker, if you are a YouTuber, there's not so much work we put in. but sometimes you get more money than people working normal jobs, and you feel like this, like you're going to be at this point where you don't have to work as much anymore. Yeah. We have temperance. Archangel Uriel wants you to say about this that you have to be patient though, and you have to work yourself up to this position. Like the first few years, it's going to be very exhausting, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. We have Six of Swords. There's someone that you're thinking to leave, but Archangel Uriel wants to say to you, don't leave them yet, because okay, that's weird. I have to ask what he means with this. Oh, okay, he says the cards are supposed to... Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot in reverse. This person might become dangerous when you leave them, so right now it's not the right time to leave them, but you can leave them step by step, like for example spending less time and so on, because it feels like this is a person that's always talking about people behind their back and just talking bad about them, and this person is going to be so rude to you and going to talk about you in a bad manner that he wants you to end this relationship step by step. Like with dangerous, I mean, like I think I said this person might become dangerous. What he means is, for some, this person is actually aggressive. For others, this person is going to put you in such a bad light, and people will believe them. So take it slow. But he acknowledges, yes, you have to leave this person because they are not good for you. Okay, that's everything about the resonation. Is it called like this? Like resonating? Now we are going to see what kind of messages Archangel Uriel has for you. Very curious. First, we're going to look at this card right here. And we have Square, Challenge, and Disharmony. This person that I was talking about right now, they are a soulmate of yours, and you have a contract with them, like with their soul, that they are going to challenge you in this life, so you can learn to set more boundaries and to be more strict with yourself and others, what you allow other people to do and what you allow yourself to do with your body. Something else that's coming up is you might need to want to get a plant. If there's a plant dying, it needs more sun and less water, because it's literally too much water. You're drowning the plant. Something else, a snake might be a spirit guide of yours. Also someone who's coming up again is Hades, because one of King Hades' symbols is a snake, because there is a story where he... there are many stories of snakes, to be honest. Like but I wanted to say there is a story where he becomes a snake and impregnates his wife Persephone with, how is he called in English? Zagreus? 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 Yeah. But what was the other thing? Well, money is going to be a challenge for you, and becoming popular is going to be a challenge for you. Or if you are already popular, it might be that there are coming challenges, but it's for your best, so you learn how to do it the best way possible, and can teach other people to achieve being popular and successful too. Anything else? He's again saying the plant. There's another plant that doesn't need as much sun. It needs more water. Like, you have to twist it. Okay, this is everything about this card. A symbol of you might be a dog and a cat, I just saw, and rats. Anything else? Frogs. This is just confirmation again for you. Frogs. Because I'm hearing like this song from... I don't even know how it's called, but she's singing something with... they call him Hermit the Frog, he's looking for a dog, and this is in my mind right now. Okay, if frogs are a sign for you, then you definitely have to watch another reading, because there also were frogs. So I had to say frogs too. So maybe that's confirmation for you. Okay. Archangel Uriel, what is the message for pile 4 from you? What's the message? Eight of Wands. Okay. What's coming up of this is he really wants you to look more into how to build your success. Again, YouTube is coming up and making your own blog is coming up, and it's time for you to actually work on it, because it feels like you sometimes work on it, then you stop, then you work on it again. No, you need a schedule. You need something that stays with your mind and helps you to go through the day. So you work on it daily or weekly. You really have to work on it more, because it's a gold mine you're sitting on. Called like this, but it's a gold mine you're sitting on, and he really wants you to work your way up, because you are able to do this, but you have to put in the work. You have to believe in yourself that it's going to work, and even if you don't believe in it, keep going, because it's very important to work on it. So you skill yourself up, I think it's called in English, and become better at this. But he wants you to work on your goal, because it's possible to be achieved. We have the Emperor. Okay, first of all, Apollon came up, because for me the Emperor card is Apollon, so it might be that he is a deity of yours. And something else. No, that's actually all that's coming up with this card. They're saying Apollon is a deity of yours. So if you're interested in working with gods, please work with Apollon. He is such a great guide. Like, he was the first deity I was working with, and he's still working with me. He's my patron deity. Like, I dedicated myself to him. He's such a nice spirit, and just funny, and cracking jokes, and being very soft by being strict when he needs to, and straightforward. And yeah, he wants to work with you. It's something coming up. If you don't feel called to work with spirits, it's also absolutely fine. You can say no. Messages from Archangel Uriel. Page of Swords. Archangel Uriel wants you to read more about the craft you are doing. Like, for example, if you do witchcraft, which was coming up very often, or do like being spiritual, he wants you to learn about witchcraft more. Like, you can literally look up the PDFs of the most books, and you can read the books, you can watch YouTube videos, but be careful with TikTok, because again, oftentimes it's false information. But he wants you to learn more about witchcraft and more about herbalism, crystals, anything that goes this way. He wants you to learn more to be able to achieve your dreams. So maybe you want to make a YouTube about witchcraft, for example. Just take what resonates, of course. He wants you to learn more about witchcraft, of course, so you have more topics you are able to speak on, and so you know what you're doing. Seven of Wands. He says, don't listen to the people that don't believe in you or that hate on you, because they're just insecure themselves. Like, they think they are not able to achieve anything in their life, so they're making your life a hell, a living hell. Because yeah, don't listen to them. Really don't listen to them. Nine of Wands. Because your spirit guides literally believe in you. Like, they believe in you. They see that you are able to achieve your dreams. They see that you are able to achieve anything you want. And he really believes in you. Your spirit guides do. Your ancestors do. There is one ancestor that doesn't believe in you, but you don't have to listen to them, because they are just insecure themselves. So don't worry about it. And they want you to go another path, because they want you to live a life that they lived, or that they were never able to live, and now they want to push their ideas and ideology on you, but don't listen to it and just keep going. And if it helps, don't tell people what you're doing. Don't tell them. Just do it and wait until you become popular and amazing. And I mean, you already are amazing, but wait until you become popular and then say, yeah, I have a YouTube channel with, I don't know, 1 million subscribers. I don't know. But really, really believe in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself, keep working. You got this. Okay, messages from Archangel Uriel. The High Priestess. He wants you to start writing down your dreams, because there's a lot of help within them. Like, a lot of messages come in your dreams. That he reminds me of my last dream. I was literally praying to Loki yesterday, and in my dream I literally met so many Norse gods who were talking to me. Then I met Hercules, I think, or it was Heracles. I don't even know, because they're so similar. I don't know. But to be honest, I literally heard the name Hercules yesterday when I gave offerings to my spirit guides. So maybe Lord Hercules wants to work with me. I don't know, but I was seeing so many Norse gods and like reading their names, and there was Loki and all the other gods, and he was just telling me, like, I don't know what he was telling me, but probably that was the answer of my prayer. I still have to ask him. But yeah, there are a lot of signs in your dreams. Please write them down, because it feels like you are not writing them down yet. And if you already write them down, which I don't feel that, ask your spirit guides to help you find out what the dreams are meaning. You literally just ask them, and they are going to tell you. Like, you can ask them for an answer if you don't have tarot cards or another divination tool. You can ask them to send you signs, and then, for example, they are showing you a pick a card, like they are sending you a pick a card reading where the answer is. Or you can literally look up. I did a video on that. What are my dreams trying to tell me? Yeah. Okay, we have the Empress. Underneath the Emperor, this is interesting, but it's in reverse. He wants you to take more care of yourself, like give yourself a bubble bath, do something amazing for you, meditate in the sun, go for a walk, take care of your body, because it needs it. Like, it feels like you already do a lot for your body, but then he says you can do more, and he wants you to do more so you feel more balanced. And he also wants to say to you, don't overwork yourself. Like, he was saying, work more for your goal, but don't overwork yourself, because you will burn yourself out, which is also not good. Messages from Archangel Uriel. Messages from Archangel Uriel. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Don't do the hobby just for the money. See it as something that makes your day better. See it as a hobby, a craft that you like to do. Really do it to enjoy things and not think of the money, because with that mindset you're going to push the money away from you, because you're craving money too much. I don't even know if you can say craving to that, but you are wanting money too much, and so you push it away. It's like the same with relationships. If you put in too much energy, it's going to overwhelm them, and they are going to take a step back, and that's not what you want, right? You want balance. So balance is very important. Again, with the Emperor and the Empress, it's all about balance. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. He wants to remind you that you are talented. Like, you are a very talented person, and you don't have to worry about not being good enough, because you're going to evolve. We always will look back at our things and say, well, I would have done this better or that better. So yeah. We have the Nine of Cups, which is literally, he wants to say to you, you got this. He really wants to encourage you and wants to say, you are going to achieve this, you're going to succeed in it, you're going to master whatever you want to master, and you will be rich, you will be someone people like. So don't worry about it, just keep working on your project and make the best out of it. You got this. And that's also everything that I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm thanking Archangel Uriel so much for these messages. It was amazing. Thank you so much. And I really hope you resonated with the reading, and I'm wishing you the best of luck with your project, and I'm sending you lots of love and energy, and I hopefully will see you in my next one.